All right, got to talk about this Eagles-Ravens game.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most talked about games this season. And we're going to go beyond just the highlights, right? We're going to look at the strategy.
Absolutely.
So we've got these excerpts from this play-by-play breakdown, and we're going to really extract some of those key insights. You know, those aha moments.
Those nuggets.
Yeah, like, now I get it.
Yeah. It was an amazing game. Just from the very beginning, you had the Eagles offense, right, with Jalen Hurts going up against the Ravens defense and their pass rush.
Right.
A real clash of styles.
Yeah, and let's unpack this first half, right? The Eagles came out strong.
Oh, yeah.
Hurts showcasing why he's a dual-threat quarterback, right? He had that opening drive.
It was clinic.
He connects with A.J. Brown,
Yep.
Dallas Goedert, and then Gainwell punches it in for the touchdown.
It was a statement for sure they came to play.
Right.
Not intimidated by that Ravens defense at all.
But, of course, the Ravens never back down.
Yeah,
And they respond, and, of course, we've got Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson things, leading that methodical drive. Finds Mark Andrews, his go-to tight end for some of those key third-down conversions.
That's so important.
Right, third-down make-or-break moment, and he's converting those consistently.
Sign of a well-oiled machine right there.
Absolutely. And then J.K. Dobbins ties it up with that touchdown run.
Yep.
Shows how important the offensive line is.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes overlooked, but it's crucial.
Absolutely crucial for both the running and the passing game.
Yeah.
And so 10-10 at the end of the first quarter. And you just knew this game was going to be back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
What impressed me is how that second quarter turned into a defensive battle.
It was a slugfest.
It was the Eagles' defensive line really stepping up Fletcher Cox.
My God.
And Hassan Reddick. They were relentless.
Bringing the heat.
Going after Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you could see it was disrupting their flow a bit, right? The offensive line, usually so dominant.
Right, having their hands full.
Yeah, it just shows how those in-game adjustments are so crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side of the ball, you've got the Ravens secondary shutting down the Eagles' deep passing game.
Yeah.
Marlon Humphrey having an exceptional first half.
He was everywhere.
Right. It seemed like every completion was hard fought.
Every inch.
Every inch of the field contested.
Forcing them to grind it on.
And so you see both teams trading field goals before halftime.
Yeah.
And you realize that this is a battle of attrition.
As much as skill, for sure.
13-13 at the half. It felt like both teams were kind of feeling each other out.
Sizing each other up.
Making those adjustments.
And it's seen what works.
What are the weaknesses?
Absolutely.
But then things really kick into high gear in that third quarter.
Yeah.
You could feel that tension building.
Oh, yeah, the momentum shifted.
The Ravens come out making a statement with that 4th-and-1 conversion.
Bold move.
Right. So for those who may not know, 4th-and-1, they need 1 yard.
1 yard.
To get a new set of downs.
High risk.
High reward.
High reward, and Harbaugh goes for it.
Classic Harbaugh.
Oh, yeah, loves to be aggressive.
And it pays off.
It did.
Sets up this beautiful deep pass from Jackson to the rookie Zay Flowers.
Beautiful pass.
Leading to a touchdown pass to Mark Andrews, giving the Ravens the lead.
The momentum swung right there.
You could feel it in the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
The Ravens are playing with confidence now, and the Eagles, they need to respond.
And quickly.
And they do. Hurts orchestrates this brilliant drive, showing his ability to improvise.
Love that.
A perfectly executed quarterback sneak for the touchdown, and then throws a laser to Devonta Smith for a 45-yard touchdown.
Wow.
They're not letting the Ravens run away with this one.
No way.
This is where you see that chess match between the coaches playing out.
Yeah, you got Harbaugh taking that risk, and it pays off, and then Sirianni responds.
Right.
With his own aggressive play calling, putting his trust in Hurts.
And Hurts delivers. He was showing incredible composure under pressure.
Yeah.
That ability to both run and pass. It's giving the Ravens defense fits.
So hard to defend.
It was back and forth.
Back and forth.
And set the stage for this nail-biting fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
Man, going into that fourth quarter, anyone's game.
Oh, yeah.
And the tension was palpable.
You could cut it with a knife.
You could feel it in the air. You could see it on the players' faces.
Absolutely.
It's that mental game at that point.
The mental game is huge. Staying focused.
Yeah.
Trusting your preparation.
And both teams showing that toughness.
Yeah.
Right from the start, Ravens turned to their reliable kicker, Justin Tucker.
Mr. Reliable.
And he nails that 52-yard field goal.
Automatic.
To put them back in the lead, that guy's range.
Incredible.
It's just incredible. And he delivers in those moments.
Huge weapon for them, especially in tight games like this.
But the Eagles, they weren't going to let that field goal deflate them.
No way.
And they respond with that clock-eating drive.
Grind it out.
Showing that ability to control the tempo.
Control the game.
And it culminates in a Hurts rushing touchdown.
Hurts was unstoppable.
Unstoppable in this game, making plays with both his arm and his legs.
It's that dual threat ability.
Right.
Forces defenses to account for him in so many ways.
They can't just focus on the pass. They got to worry about him taking off.
Exactly. Makes him so difficult to defend.
But the Ravens, even with the Eagles taking the lead, they weren't done yet.
Never count them out.
Lamar Jackson, as he so often does, leads them on a last-minute drive.
That never-say-die attitude.
It's captivating.
One of the best.
Almost pulled off another miracle comeback.
He did.
It was textbook Lamar Jackson extending plays with his legs. Making those incredible throws on the run.
Putting that Eagles defense to the test.
And they're on the doorstep. 4th and goal.
Here we go.
Seconds left on the clock. It's all coming down to this play.
All or nothing.
The Ravens, needing a touchdown to win, opt for a pass play, and Darius Slay with that game-saving breakup.
Oh, man, what a play.
Talk about a clutch play.
He read that perfectly.
He jumped the route, batted the ball away. Heartbreak for the Ravens, ecstasy for the Eagles.
I was on the edge of my seat.
That final sequence encapsulated this entire game.
For sure.
Intense, unpredictable, full of those dramatic twists and turns.
You said it.
It really highlighted something for me about the Ravens.
What's that?
That even though their offense is phenomenal, right, especially with Jackson, sometimes it comes down to those crucial defensive stops.
It's the game.
The difference between winning and losing.
Absolutely, we got to make those stops.
Let's talk about some of the key individual performances here.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were a few.
Some big ones.
Obviously, Jalen Hurts, outstanding.
He was on fire.
Over 250 passing yards, 2 total touchdowns, and 0 turnovers.
Those are the stats of an elite quarterback.
And it wasn't just the stats. It was the way he controlled the game.
The leadership.
The way he made plays when it mattered most.
When the game was on the line.
Leading his team to victory, he showed maturity and poise.
Beyond his years, for sure.
Lamar Jackson, even in a losing effort, was spectacular.
It's special.
Over 300 total yards of offense, constantly keeping that Eagles defense on its toes.
Yeah.
He's so dynamic.
One of a kind.
That ability to extend plays makes something out of nothing.
Makes it so exciting to watch.
Even though the Ravens lost his performance, showed why he's one of the most exciting players in the league.
No doubt.
Devonta Smith also had a big game for the Eagles, 110 receiving yards and a crucial touchdown.
He's a rising star.
Really establishing himself.
Yeah, top-tier receiver.
And then, of course, Justin Tucker continuing to defy the odds with that incredible accuracy.
What a leg.
He might not have been the star of the show, but his contributions were vital for the Ravens.
As always.
But beyond the individual brilliance, I want to talk about the tactical side of things.
Okay, let's dive in.
This was a chess match between 2 brilliant coaches.
Absolutely.
The Eagles came in with that balanced offensive approach. Right? Mixing their powerful running game with Hurts' passing ability.
Yeah, they really kept the Ravens guessing.
Trying to keep them guessing, and for the most part, it worked.
It did.
The Ravens, on the other hand, relied heavily on their defense.
Of course, known for that aggressive pass rush.
Right. And while they disrupted Hurts at times, they also struggled to contain him in those key moments.
Especially in those key moments.
They were making adjustments throughout the game.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find ways to slow Hurts down.
Trying to limit those big plays.
But the Eagles' offense proved to be too much to handle.
They did.
It was a fascinating tactical battle.
It was.
And it's those in-game adjustments that often determine the outcome of these close games.
Coaches will be studying this one for weeks.
Right. Absolutely.
Trying to figure out what worked, what didn't.
What to do differently next time.
Speaking of next time, what did this game tell us about the future of these two teams?
Now,
the Eagles, with this win, solidify their position as one of the top teams in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
It shows they can handle pressure. They can win close games.
You got what it takes, and they have what it takes to compete for a championship.
A complete team.
They've got that potent offense, that stingy defense, and that coaching staff knows how to put their players in a position to succeed.
Definitely a team to watch.
The Ravens, on the other hand, despite the loss, show that they're still a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
They might have some things to work on.
Like what?
Especially in terms of red zone efficiency and that late game execution.
Yeah, but they got the talent.
But they've got the talent. They've got the coaching
back.
to make that deep playoff run.
For sure.
It's a testament to their talent and their coaching that even in a loss, they showed those flashes of brilliance.
They did.
And proved they can hang with the best teams in the league.
Absolutely. Every week is a new challenge.
It really is.
Any team can beat any other team on any given Sunday.
That's what makes it so exciting, right?
Keeps us coming back for more.
It's kind of wild to look at the box score after this game. You know, the Ravens actually outgained the Eagles in total yards, more first downs.
Huh. Yeah, sometimes the numbers don't tell the whole story.
Right. Yeah.
Moving the ball, yeah, that's important, but it's what you do with those opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you get into scoring position.
Exactly. Scoring position, for those who might not know, means getting inside that opponent's 20-yard line.
The red zone.
The red zone, and being efficient there, turning those chances into touchdowns can make all the difference.
Huge difference, especially in close games like this.
And that's where the Eagles excelled in this one.
For sure.
They were clinical in the red zone, converting those chances into points.
Yeah.
The Ravens, though, while they moved the ball well, had a couple of drives stall out in that crucial area.
Yeah.
That 4th and goal, stand by the Eagles' defense in the final seconds.
Oh, man, that was big.
Right? The Ravens knocking on the door, but the Eagles' defense stood tall.
Clutch.
Making the stop when it mattered most. And what impressed me was their composure. Under that pressure, they didn't panic. No mental errors, just execution.
That's championship caliber defense right there.
Right.
Not just talent. It's mental toughness, discipline, trust.
Yeah, it was also interesting how much the Eagles relied on Hurts' running ability.
Yeah.
Especially in those short yardage situations.
It like having another running back.
Right.
Makes it so tough for defenses. They got to count for him as both a passer and a runner.
So where do both teams go from here?
Well,
the Eagles, with this win, solidify their position as a top team in the NFC.
Absolutely.
It shows they can handle pressure, they can win those close games. They're at the top, but they can't get complacent.
No, they got a tough schedule ahead. Some real challenges coming up.
Right, but if they can maintain this level of focus and execution,
they're going to be tough to beat.
The Ravens, despite the loss, they proved they're still a contender.
Oh, yeah.
They might have some things to work on.
For sure.
But they've got the talent and the coaching to make a deep playoff run.
And they got Lamar Jackson. Let's not forget.
Right, even on an off day, he can change the game.
Absolutely.
You mentioned fan reactions earlier.
I did.
It's safe to say this game lived up to the hype.
It did.
Social media was buzzing.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was talking about it.
Fans from both sides praising the high level of play and that down-to-the-wire finish.
It's a great game.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into this Eagles-Ravens showdown, what's your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, for me, it's adaptability.
Okay.
Both teams showed they could adjust their game plans on the fly, reacting to what the other team was doing.
Right.
That flexibility on both sides of the ball, that's crucial in today's NFL.
It's not just about having a set game plan.
Nope.
It's about being able to think on your feet, adapt to those changing dynamics.
And that's true in life, too.
That's a great point, not just football.
Absolutely.
Well said. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
Hope you enjoyed this in-depth analysis of this Eagles-Ravens matchup.
It was a good one.
Remember, it's not just about the final score. It's about understanding the game, the strategic battles, the individual performances that shape the narrative.
All those little details.
Keep those insights in mind as you watch future games.
You'll start to see things differently.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into those things that fascinate you.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with another deep dive soon, ready to unravel more mysteries and uncover those hidden gems of knowledge.
See you then.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.